Hey guys, how are you? This is going to be a fun one. It's unfortunately going to be a fairly rushed video, but I really wanted to get it up right now because this truck's on Bring a Trailer, one of my favorite places for finding wild automotive proclivities. So specifically, we decided to put this truck onto Bring a Trailer because we built it. It's really the first production old school Bronco, which is our new design package, but we did it to support Autotype design. So the whole point of Autotype is that, like myself, for example, when I was a little kid and I was all into sketching cars and watches and whatever, I didn't even know like a design career was a career. It just wasn't available to me. And I was middle class, and now when I speak at and get involved with the top design schools, I'm realizing that the kids that are there, I mean, there's amazing talent there, don't get me wrong, but it costs so much money. They're pretty much rich kids. And a lot of times it's rich kids from other countries, which then our country kicks out after they have their education, which just seem odd to me. So the whole point of Autotype is to create grants for underprivileged or underserved kids who want a career in design. So I just think that's really cool. And, you know, I'm always ranting about the need for us to decriminalize blue collar. I think our country's kind of done a big disservice in taking away shop class and technical arts and kind of telling us that unless we're a doctor or a lawyer or a computer programmer, we're a loser. So I think we need to bring that back. We need to celebrate industrial arts. And with Autotype's grant program, I thought it was a really good way to convey that message and priority. So 10% of the sale of this truck and all the other nifty design goods that you'll see on the autotypedesign.com website go to do just that, create those grants. So without further ado, let's go for a drive. This truck is super cool. I'm really appreciating it. It's 1966, and actually one of the guys on Bring a Trailer was the one who took the time to research the VIN and inform me it's built in 65 and therefore one of the very first Broncos ever made, which I had no clue. But we took a lot of liberties with it. You know, sometimes people look at our trucks and go, oh, that's not correct for that model. Okay, you're right. I'm going to own that. Nothing on my trucks is correct. Everything on my trucks is just coming from my personal perspective. You might like it, you might hate it. Totally up to you. I get it. And look, there's plenty of fun Broncos out there for 15 grand. So this may not be any more fun. I think it is. It's more versatile, it's more reliable, it's more comfortable, it's more capable on and off the highway. But the point of Icon is never to say like, oh, let's see how fancy we can be and aren't we cooler and better. We're not. We're just doing it a different way. And that's what I wanted to do since my very first dream of starting the Icon brand. And I'm just thrilled that there's enough people who see it my way and allow me to do what I do and employ the people I employ and create all this fun stuff. So what is old school? So if you're familiar with the Icon Broncos, you're probably familiar with our more kind of manly industrial aesthetic. That's what we call new school. Mechanical engineering, it's the same as new school. So that means our proprietary Art Morrison co-developed chassis. So that is radius arm front, that is 4-bar in the rear. We partnered with Eibach and Fox Racing, so it's coilover adjustable. In the case of this truck, this one has our sport suspension, so same architecture and everything, but nitrogen charge, and then tunable rebound rates, fast and slow. And we have sway bars, and the chassis is mil-spec 1 powder coated. PSC does my steering box, really nice direct feel, collapsible column, Morgeson joints, collapsible interlink, so a nice safety upgrade there. And then of course modern tilt columns, you can get better ergonomics out of the deal. Brembo is our braking partner, so we have 6-piston front and 4-piston rear Brembo brakes, and then a Willwood master cylinder with a hydro booster, which means massive brake control. I like big brakes. So speaking of brakes, that's why my wheels are big. Some people hate them. I don't know what to tell you. I thought it was a decent sacrifice because the 18-inch wheel allowed me to fit these ridiculous 6-piston calipers. So the wheels are made here in California. They're unique to Icon. They are forged aluminum, and then we're running retro vintage reproduction Ford hubcaps on them. We do them body color, we do them gray, we do them cream, totally up to you. On this truck, I wanted to try body color because I really dug this funky orange, and I think it worked out good. But hey, if you're the top bidder at the auction on Bring a Trailer and you want them another color, just say the word. I will change them for you, and I will thank you for your support. Coyote current production Mustang GT aluminum 5-liter fuel injected V8, tons of power. In this case, that's going to the Easton Warner AX15 5-speed manual transmission, which in turn is sending power out to the Atlas 2 twin-stick shift-on-the-fly part-time 4-wheel drive transfer case. We have Curry axles in this one, which is a new partnership. This is the first Icon to feature the Currys. Now, Curry's famous for their 9-inch Ford architecture, but they also do really nice work with the Danas. So this truck has Dana 60 based in the rear, Dana 44 based in the front, fine spline, all the best internals, ARB locking differentials in the middle, and they're powder coated housings, which is really nice fit and finish upgrade. I'm really happy about that. And then I think that covers mechanical. Oh yeah, also Borla is our exhaust partner. So food grade TIG welded mandrel bent stainless steel exhaust. No fiberglass in the muffler. It is all metal, so it should outlast you, quite frankly. The old school stuff, let's get into the trim and old school. So we started with, as you can see here, a really nice original condition uncut example. We media blasted it to white metal. We put it on a fixture. We modified it for all the gizmos and widgets and interior panels and seats and audio and splash panels and removable inner fenders, all the mods that we do. All those mods are CAD based, so they're standardized. They're all produced right here in lovely Chatsworth by our local network of aerospace manufacturers, which has really turned out to be a very nice resource for us. The body is a stock orange. There are many stock oranges. I sprayed samples of all of them and just, again, picked my favorite. The trim, I kind of like pick bits and pieces from different years, but it has the front parking lights from a different model. I took the bright work around the headlight from one model. I did the cream inset with the body color. I did the cream dash. The hardtop is the cream as well. I added more bright work on the top, bright work around the window surrounds, more stainless here and there, stock style rear view mirrors and door handles. Biggest stock, well, I guess the biggest non-stock modification done on the outside is the spare tire carrier. They suck. They rattle, they jiggle, they're just, you can't control them, and we tried really hard to massage it and perfect it. And finally I gave up and decided to use this truck yet again to engineer a new spare tire carrier. I mean, I cheated a little bit because I used our trusted and proven one from the new school. So it's 3-axis braced and then triangulated to the chassis, so it's completely independent of the body. So you're not getting that wiggy, you know, that stupid pole cable release. So there's a machine 6061 T-handle onto the stock chrome bumper. Then you release that and then pull it out, and then there's a little machined ramp that's also aluminum, and then a sprung pin. So the point of that is when you rotate it out to 90 degrees, thank you sir, it holds it in the open position, won't let it go out into traffic and get you in trouble, and won't come back and screw up your tailgate. and then all the rattles are gone. So the stock bumper is significantly reinforced with a full-size plate of steel on the backside C channel, and then the stock chrome bumper is just kind of ornamental thing there now. On the inside, same idea, picked and chose different parts and pieces that we liked. The seats that we used in the new school I'm perfectly pleased with, so I used those. I used the CNC trim pieces for that, for the recline handle and the spool cover, but then I finished those in a unique powder coat color that we're using on all of the old school Broncos and FJs, and you'll see that finish yet again on the stainless steel center console. The console has a gas shock for the lid, it has USB ports on the inside and on the back side, and then it also has cup holders front and rear and exterior lighting in the back to kind of help you as you're getting in and out. Usually it'll house a modern multimedia system, but in this truck, in keeping with old school, I thought it'd be cool to simplify it. So what we have is a digital sound processor running through our Alpine amp and our Focal K2 speakers, and I think it's JL audio for bass, but it's Bluetooth dependent. So in the cubby, in the console, you have volume control knob, you have bass control knob, and then you have a Bluetooth exciter audio reset button, and then that's it. So you're not waiting for a head unit to go out of date in 6 months, and you just Bluetooth straight to your phone and all your music sources that you keep there. Cosmetic changes on the inside. The steering wheel is the normal one we do. I'm sorry, the steering column, but the steering wheel is actually a vintage Mustang part. I just, again, took some liberties, picked my favorite, and then our machined, it's a spun-formed pewter. Icon Lizard goes in the middle, and then it's painted the same white as the dash hardtop and grill trim. We had some fun with the herringbone. This will be a standard textile for the old schools. It's available in 10 different colors, and then we'll tweak and geek and do all sorts of custom ones as usual. Instead of vinyl, I worked with our buddies at Moore & Gilles, and we did this sort of mushroom tannish brown, which complemented the herringbone really well. Gosh, I'm talking too much, long video. Door panels redesigned to look stock, non-stock window regulator and handle. Again, I just picked my favorite. CNC'd chromed steel beltline trim on those door panels that have an LED underglow. At night, those come on when the headlights are on at a low output, and then when you open your doors, they come on at a higher output. Every surge powered steps open automatically when you open the door, and those also have lights that go down to the ground. I know I'm missing something. Custom gauges, my design, partnership with Dakota Digital. Again, same electronics, same performance. They tell you 0 to 60 in quarter mile, and check engine and parking brake and blah, 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 a whole bunch of stuff. I had to say blah, blah, blah at least once, right guys? But they have a more retro aesthetic. All knobs and switches machined in-house at Icon, and they were inspired by the original plastic switches, but I just prefer the tactile value of metal. So that happened. Any questions, please reach out. If you're an active bidder, you're encouraged to come visit Icon. You can come test drive the truck. You can come see it being made along with several others. And I guess that's it. Thank you so much for your time. Website, Icon4X4, Instagram, Icon4X4.